With the year end comes some important financial decisions we all have to make. Here to walk us through them is financial expert Lance Roberts. Good morning to you. Merry Christmas. Glad you're joining us this morning to help us out. And it's year end, so it is time to do a little bit of housekeeping, I guess,
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Where'd this year go? That's the only thing I'm asking.
I think everybody's asking that right now. It flew by, that's for sure. You brought in a to-do list for us. It's very helpful. Let's just start from the beginning. What do we need to do?
Well, first things is that you want to look at funding your IRA and your 401k for this year. And there's two things that you need to make sure you do by the end of this year, which is simply if you haven't funded an IRA or haven't opened one and you want to fund one and you can qualify within the limits, you have to have the account opened by December 31st. Now, this also includes the self-employment pension IRA. It's called a SEP, and this is for small business owners. Those have to be opened by December 31st. They don't have to be funded until you file for taxes in 2012, but they do have to be funded by the opened by the end of the year.
So if we haven't funded it, we definitely need to open either a 401 or, as we see there, an IRA.
That's right. Your regular IRA, your Roth IRA, your SEP IRA. Now, those limits have also gone up. For your 401k, you're able to contribute $17,000 next year. Versus $16,500 for this year. And then for your SEP IRA, that goes up to 25% of your contribution, up to $50,000. So those are things that you definitely want to take advantage of for financial planning and for saving money on a tax-deferred basis going into 2012.
What if you're having a little financial problem? Is it ever okay to take a little nip out of that 401?
You know, I get this question all the time. It's probably the biggest question that I get on our radio show and our newsletter. Taking money out of your 401k plan is always a bad idea. And the reason is yes, it's very tempting. It's there. They tell you, oh, it's a low interest rate. The problem is when you take money out of your 401k, you're paying back with after-tax dollars. Now, remember, the dollars that go into your 401k come out pre-tax. So we're taking money out pre-tax. We're going to borrow pre-tax dollars, pay them back with after-tax dollars. More importantly, in this environment today, where we are economically, it's not a great job employment environment. If you lose your job for any reason, that loan is immediately due and payable, or they take it out with penalties and interest. So if you're having to borrow from your 401k, you need to sit back and say, what's going on with my budget at home, because you're probably not squared away there, and that's what you need to focus on.
So the big deal is no. That's
no.
no.
It's always a no. Never do it.
Well, I know that you're also really big about getting out of debt. So as people think about, okay, it's a new year, we always hear of these New Year's resolutions. I guess we could start now, a little bit early before the New Year starts. That's kind of hard to do after you owe so much money, probably for Christmas gifts.
Well, you know, and this is the thing. Everybody goes to credit card spending and things like this for Christmas. And the problem with New Year's resolutions, generally people pick things that are too big. I'm going to lose weight this year, but it's not identifiable. Start out by saying, I'm going to pay off this credit card this year, and that's what I'm going to work on. Take your credit cards from the largest amount to the smallest amount. Pay 3, 4, 5 times the minimum payment on the smallest card. Just pay the minimums on the bigger cards. And this way, as you work through, pay off the first card, roll it up to the next card. And this way you get a sense of accomplishment, and you can adhere to your New Year's resolution of getting out of debt next year.
Well, and it's one of the biggest stressors on our body is to be in debt. We don't realize how it brings you down, the concerns and the worries all the time. So it really can, if you have a New Year's resolution to get healthier, being out of debt might just help you with that one too.
Well, you know, two of your biggest reasons for divorce, one of them is finances. So get out of debt. It's the best way to go.
Pay off those credit cards. And don't dip into the 401k no matter what.
And love your spouse. That's the most important thing.
That's an important one to remember as well. Well, Merry Christmas to you and your family. We appreciate you coming in today and hopefully getting people straight so that we can start the new year off just right in our finances.
Fantastic.
Good to talk to you.